It came down to playing with my daughter one day, and I noticed that I couldn't run. I couldn't keep up with her, and she's 6 years old now, and she was 5 at the time, and I realized that the things that I really loved doing I couldn't do with her, and go hiking, go swimming. I hated that I would not get in the swimming pool with her when I used to love to swim and do very active things, and I used to be a runner, and then I stopped being that, and I didn't enjoy that. That was one of the most horrible feelings, and I decided that day I'm going to make some changes, and I really started building my support system to do and make those changes. I made changes first in my diet, making sure that I cut out all soda. I didn't cut out all caffeine. That would have been too much. But I did cut out carbonated drinks altogether, even carbonated waters, any sugary drink. I really just took that step, and I cut the sugar cold turkey as far as my drinks went. Drinking a lot of water, drinking unsweetened beverages, teas, things like that. It helped hydrate me first, and that was a big change. It was very micro steps in making those challenges doable instead of doing everything at once. Cutting out all sugar would have probably, it just seemed so daunting for people. So what I really worked on was making sure that I was making these changes that I could live with for at least 30 days and go from there. Everyone is always talking about where do I find the time? How do I do this? How do I make sure that I have time? It came down to just incorporating 15 minutes at lunchtime, or just getting up every once in a while. I got this handy dandy little watch to remind me, you've been sitting around for 50 minutes. It's time to get up, just at least stretch, move. But I started doing couched 5K because I missed that running, and I'll never forget that it's not been that long ago, but I had just been working my way up to distance. I'm not worried so much about the pace right now as I am just, I was walking. I would walk a mile. I worked my way up to walking a mile, then 2 miles, and then I started running. And I remember the first time that I ran for 20 minutes without stopping. It was, I thought it would never happen again.
West Virginians, we understand community, how important community is. So doing exercise and activity in the context of community, of friends and of family isn't a very important part of that. West Virginians know and understand that. They just need people to come alongside them to do it. And that's really what works so great about our plan. We have a training tonight. We're gonna have over 80 people here all doing this together. Most of them are starting at the very first week with just 60 seconds of easy running. Not running for punishment, but easy running, what we think of as jogging, easy running, and walking, a combination of that. You start with 60 seconds easy running, 90 seconds of walking, do that for a total of 20 minutes, you do that 3 times a week, and that's all it takes. But you have some know-how, people to support, encourage, and it really is just that easy to get started. Just no matter where you are, get up and do something to move to get started.
And I remember the day that I ran 4.5 miles without stopping. I had to walk the mile and a half home, but it was that wall that you think that you'll never be able to get over.
For a lot of people, running a 5K is a bucket list. For a lot of runners, it may not seem like a big deal. In fact, it's like the shortest distance that most runners will do. But for a lot of people, it's a bucket list. And so they start to see, if after 9 weeks I can go from 60 seconds of running, or actually no running, to doing a 5K, they'll think, what else can I do? And if these principles that I've learned here about starting easy, applying some structure, and then believing in themselves, because a lot of people, it's just that somebody to say, I know you can do this. I know you can do it. I believe that you will, to get them going. And then it spills over into every other aspect of their life. See, there's something about bringing the body under the discipline of the mind that you start to realize that it's not just this physical activity, but it spills over into your relationships, into your work, into your finances, all these other things. And it sounds like I may be overstating this, but it really isn't, that it can make you better in everything else in your life.
I had talked about being able to do things and be active with my daughter. I had never climbed Seneca rocks of the trail up there, and we went, and I didn't think I would make it all the way to the top, and to see the view and my daughter being able to walk up there with her and hike that was one of the most fulfilling things, and see our state in a way that a lot of people don't get to. That has been the key to what has kept me going and continues to help me make even future goals in my health.
I mean, I've seen everybody. That our youngest participant's been 6, our oldest has been 83. The majority of our participants are women in their 50s to 60s that are starting to run for the first time. We've had people with 2 hip replacements. I had a hereditary form of muscular dystrophy that comes out and runs. There is no excuse that you can have that there hasn't been somebody else that's already been there and done that and seen an improvement in their life. I mean, it really is. It's just a decision. It's a choice. I mean, it's a matter of saying, flipping the switch to saying, I'm kind of sick and tired of being sick and tired, and it's really not that difficult to get started. But it's just that first step, and after that first step, you make the next one.
You really give yourself the keys to success in starting small and doing everything in increments.